Welcome back to Kyoto Colorful Days. We're on day 4. And another sleepless night. What's going on? I can't sleep because of this bad feeling. It was already well into the night by the time I had seen Madoka home, and then returned to the inn myself. Took a lake bath, got ready for bed, then climbed into my futon, but when I look at the clock, it's already past midnight. I toss and turn in the still unfamiliar futon. I wonder if Madoka's okay. I turn over yet again and sit up. I can't sleep like this. Maybe I'll ask Ken for a beer. But then I remember the time and realized that Ken will already be asleep. It wouldn't be fair to wake him at this time. Plus, I'm not 40 Warrior. I don't drink beer. There's nothing I can do but try and sleep. Even if it doesn't seem likely. The next morning, in the end, I didn't sleep well at all. I've had those days. So I arrived early at the cafe where I arranged to meet Madoka. This is weird. She's late again today. It's already an hour past the time we were supposed to meet. I tried calling Madoka's cell phone, but Madoka, what's going on? Did something happen last night? Unable to sit still any longer, I leave the cafe and decide to go over to Madoka's place. When I arrive at Madoka's apartment, there's a big truck parked outside the building, and a haggard-looking Madoka is carrying boxes to it. Madoka!
そういえば今日約束を。すみません。うっかり忘れてしまっていました。
Her voice is lifeless, and expression is completely different to yesterday.
昨日あれからあの人が来てドアをガチャガチャしたりインターホンを鳴らしたりが続いたんです。
What? No way! Why'd you call me? I said you could call me anytime.
これ以上あなたに迷惑をかけたくなかったんです。
Could sling by with a rider punch or a rider kick. It wouldn't hurt. The smile she gives me is weak and faint. I'm such an idiot. Should have made it clear to her that I absolutely don't see it as trouble. Blaming myself is too late at this point, and I clench my fist, filled with shame and regret.
でももう大丈夫です。私実家に帰ることにしましたから。家族に相談したらすぐに実家に戻ってくるようにって。私ももう耐えられなかったので。本当にありがとうございました。あなたに会えて私は嬉しかった。
She bows her head low to me and thanks me in a tear-strained voice. You've nothing to thank me for. In the end, I couldn't do anything.
いいえ、あなたのおかげで人間不信になりかけていた私は本当に救われたんです。私が弱いからここを去ることになったけど、あなたに出会えたことだけは私にとっての宝物です。
Tears are trailing down her cheeks, and seeing her like this makes my heart ache. Madoka, I'll help you with moving your things. Want to be able to do at least something for her, I offer my help.
ありがとうございます。 それじゃあお言葉に甘えて手伝ってもらってもいいですか？
After that, I helped Madoka pack until night falls. Are you sure that's all? It seems like you still have more to pack.
はい。必要最低限のものだけ持っていきますから。あとは引っ越し業者さんに任せることになっているんです。
And on my 3DS. Let's see. Madoka, I'm sorry. In the end, I couldn't help you. The stalker had pushed her into moving away, and I hadn't been able to do a damn thing about it. We've only known each other for a few days, but even so, I had a lot of fun with Madoka, and I wanted to protect her.
いいえ、きっともう会うことはないでしょう。あなたもお元気で。
With those final words, Madoka gets into the truck and leaves Kyoto for good, leaving behind an indescribable pain in my heart. The next day, I'm at the airport ready to fly back home. Thinking Madoka is too painful and I can't stay in Kyoto any longer. I wonder if I'll come back here again someday. Ken, Akane, Madoka. Kyoto gave me so many encounters and partings. Right now it's too agonizing. But once the feelings have calmed down, I want to come back. I feel that if I do return, it will be to memories of Madoka's smiling face. Really? That's a bad end? Are you serious? Oh no, I'm not taking that. That's some bullshit right there. Three days? No. I mean, for 4 days, it's basically a whole week, but still. I'll be right back with this. Okay, I'm back to here again. I already did that, and we saw what happens. So, let's see. Tell Madoka to call if anything happens. It's probably best not to antagonize him. And putting my own feelings aside, you could argue that it's best for her not to be around me too much. Imagine that a lot of stalkers are probably extremely egotistical people. Madoka seems frightened as she clutches tightly onto the hem of my shirt. Madoka, I'm walking home. I think it'd be very dangerous for you to go alone in these circumstances.
Yeah, 大丈夫です。私、一人で帰ります。 あなたに迷惑をかけたくありませんから。
Her face is pale. If anything happens, call me right away. Come safely.
ありがとうございます。
After flashing me a weak smile, she disappears into the crowd of people.
あなた、昨日写真を撮ってくれた人ですよね。親切にしてくれた人を悪く言いたくはないけど、僕の彼女に近づかないでください。
Because there has to be more in this than just that. And I'm not taking no bad end. Fuck that. If she's really your girlfriend, then why does she look so down? And why is she so scared of you?
それは照れているだけですよ。僕、人前でも彼女のことを好きだ、愛してるって言っちゃいますから。照れ隠しです。
You're talking nonsense. You're just causing Madoka pain. But my words don't appear to be getting through to him, as the stalker just smirks grossly at me.
それじゃ、僕はまどかさんと一緒に帰るから。あなたも人の恋人に横連舞しないでくださいね。
With those parting words, the man also disappears into the crowds, going after him.
人の恋人を好きになることや彼の場合には当てはまらへんと思うけどな。
Yeah, right. Ken!
そないなことよりなんで彼女を一人で返したんや。君も分かったやろ。彼は思い込みが強うてえらい危険な男や。
I'm about to say it's because I didn't want to provoke him, but I swallowed words before they leave my lips. No matter how you look at it, it's dangerous. Leaving Madoka on her own in this situation. And if she's going to be in danger, either way, of course she'd be better off somewhere I can protect her. Damn it! Get a grip on yourself! Ken, you're right. I'll go after her.
それがええ。今やったらまだ追いつけるはずや。もしどないしても手に負えんときは警察を頼りよし。現行犯やったら警察も動いてくれるはずや。
Got it. Madoka! After running through the streets for a while, I finally spot Madoka's back up ahead of me.
どうして？
I'm worried about you, so I'll see you home.
ありがとうございます。強がっていたけど、本当は怖くて仕方なかったんです。
Like I said, I refuse to take that. It's like, oh, she's gonna move away because of because you stood up to him. Oh, bullshit! I would stand up to him, and I would stare him down. Madoka looks like she's about to burst into tears at any moment. While I'm consoling her, she guides me back to her apartment. When it's in blue, that's the part that, already happened, so I don't have to really read it.
え、どうしてですか？あ、もしかして行きたい場所でも。いえ、ただどうしてあなたがそこまでしてくれるのかがわからなくて、いつもそんな風に優しい人なんですか？
Yes.
だって優しい人なんですかって聞かれて、そこまで真剣に悩む人初めて見たから。
Here I'm looking for my drink because the entire time I feel my lips is just getting very parched. I went to 7-Eleven earlier today. After everything that's happened so far, during this whole weekend. I need a little something just to give me a little jolt of energy back.
家まで送っていただいて本当にありがとうございます。はい、大丈夫です。
Okay, so here we go.
ありがとうございます。おやすみなさい。
Hopefully that should change the whole, the whole branch. There goes that niggling bad feeling again. And normally I would cut off here, but this is day 4. I want to see what really happens after I've said, okay, call me if anything happens. There we go! Sometime after midnight, I received a phone call from Madoka. Hello? Madoka? Madoka's voice is trembling, and I can tell she's in a state of panic. Okay, calm down. Take your time and tell me what's the matter. Sure enough, I can hear the sound of the doorbell ringing again and again in the background. What's he thinking? He says he loves her, but all he does is make Madoka suffer. Madoka, calm down, don't panic, and let's work out what to do together. Just as I'm speaking, on the other end of the line, Madoka lets out a little scream. Madoka! She's too terrified to think calmly. I gotta think for her. Okay, what I'm gonna do is, let's see, drop a save right here. And we're gonna do it like this. Okay. Now, there are 2 choices I can go with. And the only reason why I say is because of these 2 choices. So I'm thinking when I was in Japan, first and foremost, we're going to see what happens when you call the police. If that don't work, then you go over. But first, call the police. Call the police right now. Madoka, what about the police? If they see the situation, I'm sure they'll deal with it. It's okay. When you're panicked, your brain doesn't work properly. Okay. You should call them right away. Shall I call them too? After I hang up my call, Madoka, I get back into my futon, filled with a sense of unease. Time passes. Once the sun's up, I go straight to Madoka's apartment, unable to wait for our scheduled meeting.
どうしてここに？
I was worried about you. What happened last night?
電話していることに気づいたらしくて、警察が来た時にはもういませんでした。
Madoka looks haggard, and I suspect she hasn't slept a wink. Madoka, let's go to the Ukiyo-in. You look like you're about to collapse. She surely won't be able to rest here out of fear of the stalker. But I'm sure she'll feel safer at the Ukiyo-in with me, Ken, and the other staff around.
でも迷惑をかけるわけには。
You're coming and I won't take no for an answer. I take hold of her hand firmly and start walking with her to the Ukiyo-in. When we arrive at the Ukiyo-in, Ken is there to greet us.
いやあ、来ると思ってたらその通りやったな。まず軽くなんか食べてから眠るとええ。
Like I said, I ain't taking that bullshit like that. I'm not taking a bad end like that. That's a bullshit like, oh, well, she moved away. Guess what? No, game over. That's a bad ending. Oh, you should have. I said, yeah, I know. Right thing for me to do was like, look him in the eye and then look her, and just glance over and say, call me. You have to call me. Ken's waiting at the entrance as though he had known how long this would happen. Ken?
話は後や。まずは彼女を休ませたることを優先に考え。
Okay. Around an hour later, I'm finally back in my room. After a while, I go to check on Madoka and find her sleeping deeply.
まどかさんは？
Ken also dropped by to check on her and sticks his head around the sliding door to ask me. Why do I keep scratching that wound? Oh, Ken. She's asleep, fast asleep. I really don't know how to thank you for all this.
ええよええよ。今日困ってたのは君たちやけど、次困るんは私かもしれへんからな。私が困った時は君に頼らせてもらうよって。
His joking words fill me with relief.
彼女、随分と泣いてるようやな。このままやと危険やないかな。先に心の方が壊れてまいそうや。
As I said before, this is a real problem in Japan because there are some men out there who are just mentally unstable, and they see some women as a tool, and they're pretty much sexually depraved. And if you've never seen Perfect Blue, I suggest you go see that. That's a fine example of what can happen to somebody who has been through, say, from being an idol, being an idol to going into the porn business. And slowly driving herself insane because of a stalker. I mean, go check that out. You know, after this part, I'm really gonna put something on this wound of mine. It's like a little scratch, but still. Yes, but I have no idea what to do about it.
今回は逃げた言うても、人目もはばからんと彼女の家まで来るようになったいうことは、
Yeah, that's being ballsy.
今までのような付け回しだけで済むとは考えん方がええ。
Ken's words are something that I've already considered. Until now, he'd just been following her, but tonight he'd really gone off the deep end and started to harass her. And the calls on her. Ken doesn't say anything. I don't have to ask what... Yes or no. The hell are people streaming on Tuesday? Yeah, so I'm recording on a Tuesday and like, oh, hey, this person's streaming, this person's streaming. I don't care. You're on my work time, bitches. It's like 6 o'clock right now. It's like, you're on my time, bitches. I'm not on your time, you're on my time. Ken doesn't say anything. I don't have to ask to know that means yes. There probably weren't any other guys in Madoka's life until now. That's why the stalker kept things at that level. But when she became friends with me, he started to get panicked. His actions escalated to harassment. They say that love and hate are two sides of the same coin. Judging by this guy's deeds, I think that's probably true. With just one move on their part, you can start to hate the person you love the most. Like they're your worst enemy.
とりあえず彼女が起きた後に今後の対策を話し合うた方がええな。無駄かもしれへんけど、もっぺん警察に行くことも考えた方がええ。
Okay, I'll talk to her when she's awake. I don't particularly want to bring it all back up for her, but since nothing can be resolved out of discussion, I have no choice. Madoka awakes when the sky has already started to turn orange. Time passes.
すみません。少しだけ休ませていただくつもりが、こんな時間まで。
That's what happens when you don't get enough sleep. I'm a victim of this too. When somebody tends to run me into the ground, tuck my ear, or particularly on the weekend, and I try to get some sleep. Keyword is try to get some sleep. I don't end up going back to sleep after I've pretty much worked my ass off to do such a thing as get some sleep.
Yeah, 気にせんで。ゆっくり休めたんやったらよかった。
ありがとうございます。こんなにゆっくり眠れたのは久しぶりでした。
At this, Ken and I exchanged slightly sad looks.
君が眠ってる間に話してみたんやけど、もういっぺん警察に行きまへんか。
警察に。でも、警察は実害がないとどうにもならないと言っていました。中には、つけ回すくらい別にいいんじゃないっていう人もいて。
That wasn't just that. That was harassment. That's terrible. Even though you were so scared, they aren't fit to be police officers.
警察言うても人間や。人間いうもんは実際に自分が味わわんと、その怖さも悲しさも分かれへんもんなんや。
That's true.
って言うても、さすがにその対応した警察官には腹立たしさを覚えるけどな。
That's like that anywhere. It's like you go to the hospital and say you've been shot. They'd have you wait in there, unless if it's if it's a total emergency. They would have you fill out papers, and while that's going on, you know, that one person's life is at risk because bullshit like that. It's a terrible thing. I can't say DMV either because the DMV is the DMV. Nothing you can do about that. But something in which people are put at risk, no, you don't do that. You call 911, you basically just say, this is my emergency. There's somebody stalking me, somebody's harassing me. Please come help. So, that should just cut shit off right there. It's like, oh, the police are coming. All you have to do is, back up and wait. But what if this guy is crazy enough that he may carry, a weapon on hand? Like, say, a knife or a firearm. You can't put lives at risk like that. I don't care who you are. You can't do that. Ken sounds disgusted too.
わかりました。私、もう一度警察に行ってみます。
I'll come with you and ask them to apprehend the stalker too.
ありがとうございます。正直に言うと、一人で行くのは不安だったから、あなたがいてくれてよかったです。
Because I like to make progress. I don't like ending things off like, oh, bad end. What the fuck? No, we're gonna fix that shit right then and there. Madoka sounds relieved, and so we decide to go to the police station together right away. And time passes.
そうは言ってもね。
After that, Madoka and I go to the police station and discuss the stalking issue, but
君の言葉を疑ってるわけじゃないんだけど、証言だけではどうしようもないんだよ。ストーカー法が厳しくなったとはいえ、実際に被害がないと警察としても動けないんだよね。
that look. Madoka hangs her hand dejectedly, as though she had expected this response all along. But look at how scared she is. And you're still not going to do anything?
何かしてあげたいけど、今のままじゃ証拠不十分で事情聴取してもすぐに釈放なんだよ。こういうのって線引きが難しいから、現行犯でもない限り捕まえるのは厳しいと思うよ。
Almost like with Payday 2. It's like, they won't do anything unless you do something. Like if you pull out a gun, or you pull out or if you draw, say, in some cases you would have to draw out the drill in order to make sure, in order like, they spot you with the item in hand. Then they would have had to try to catch you or take you down or something like that. The police officer sounds a little apologetic. I blow my hands into fists, seething with frustration.
もういいです。行きましょう。
Madoka tugs weakly at my shirt, and unable to stand it anymore, we leave the police station. Time passes. That night, I decide to stay over at Madoka's apartment, and Madoka accepts my offer surprisingly easily, probably out of fear. Actually, thinking about it, maybe this is really rude of me. I remember seeing something in a movie about it being frowned upon to stay in a girl's room when she's not your wife.
そうなんですか？でも、私はあなたがいてくれて、すごく心強いです。けど、その反面、申し訳ないなって気持ちもあるんです。結局、私のことに巻き込んでしまって。
At least I'm getting farther with this story. You worry too much. I heard that Japanese people tend to be quite humble, but I think you're especially so.
そうですか。私はそんなつもりはないんですけど。
It's probably also to do with her personality. After all, Akane is Japanese too, but she seems like the straightforward type. Anyway, you should sleep if you can. I'll be right here. Oh, do you mind if I read that manga? It seems to have a lot of volume, so it'll be perfect to pass the time. I point to a roll manga on the bookshelf, and Madoka looks a little surprised.
構いませんけど、漫画の中の漢字とか読めますか？
Trust me, I'm the type who reads manga. It's like I got like the whole mess of manga that I just need to sit down and read. I mean, I have Rurouni Kenshin, Yu Yu Hakusho, a little bit of Dragon Ball, and a mess load of Blackjack. And I really do need to order some more Blackjack for myself. Sure, I can read the basics, and with the manga, you can tell a lot from the pictures, so it's no problem.
わかりました。
There's the sound of someone pounding at the door, and Madoka's expression freezes. At first his tone is gentle, but soon grows harsher and Madoka trembles.
もうやめてください。私、あなたの恋人でも何でもないんです。迷惑しているんですよ。
The words he's spouting through the door are all his own fantasies, and listening to them is pissing me off. Madoka, shall I go out there? You're scared, right?
いえ、私が行きます。これ以上、もう怯えていたくないから。もういい加減にしてください。これ以上、私を苦しめないで。
やっとドアを開けてくれたね。僕のことが好きだから開けてくれたんでしょ。嫌いな相手にドアは開けないもんね。
Madoka's shaking like a leaf, and I step forward out of the room.
お前がいたのか。
Quit this crap! Causing pain to someone you supposedly love, that isn't real love! Pull out my cell phone and thrust it out so he could see the screen. I recorded everything. You can't run away anymore! Seeing that my phone is still recording, he suddenly turns on his heel and dashes off. Wait!
あんまり深追いすると。
We've proof now, Madoka. I'm putting an end to this right here and now. Wait! We've proof! You can't run away anymore!
そんなもの壊してしまえば証拠は残らないだろう。
The stalker suddenly stops, then spins back to face me, standing his ground.
これからもまどかさんを見守り続けるんだ。
The stalker grabs an empty bottle up off the ground and raises it in the air, aiming at me.
僕はまどかさんが好きなだけなんだ。どうしてお前は邪魔するんだよ。
Gah! Just as he's about to throw the bottle on me, a group of policemen surround the stalker and restrain him. Apologies for that. And no, the screen is not messed up. My screen is not messed up. It's just as how you see it. Just as about to throw the bottle. I mean, a group of people surround the stalker and restrain him. How? I didn't call the police.
私が読んだんや。まどかさんから電話をもろて君を助けてほしいってな。
Huh. I realized I've run quite a way, and I'm now near the Ukyuan.
君に電話をしよう思った時、君が走ってきはったんが見えたからな。偶然やったけど、よかったわ。
そう、話せよ。僕が何をしたって言うんだ。邪魔者を追い出そうとしただけじゃないか。
The stalker resists the police holding him back, struggling and twisting to try and escape their grip. The sight brings home to me that it's really all over, and I sink down to the ground. Before I know it, it's my legs that have given out after running at full speed for such a long distance.
大丈夫かい？怪我は？
I sink down onto the ground, and a police officer comes hurrying over, hurling questions at me. 大丈夫です。
桜井さんから相談を受けていてね。ちょうど君たちがいるマンションまで行くところだったのよ。
Huh?
君の友人が困っているから相談に乗ってあげてほしいって言われたんだ。注意とかはできなくても見回りを強化とかくらいはできるからね。
Please take a look at my cell phone. I recorded all this harassment from earlier tonight. The police officer looks a little surprised when I hold my cell phone out to him.
どっちにしても君への傷害未遂で事情は聞くことになるだろう。これがあればストーカーについても言及できる。とりあえずこれから警察署まで来てくれる。そのストーカー被害に遭っていた子もできれば一緒に。
Yeah, sure. Okay, I'll call her now. I call Madoka. Thanks to Ken, it seems like a resolution to the stalking issues in sight. Thank goodness, I'm sure Madoka will be overjoyed too, although she's not answering. Just as I'm thinking this, I hear her voice, and all of a sudden, she's flinging her arms around me in a hug.
よかった、無事で。本当に無事でよかったです。
How? I can hear the tears in her tone, and I'm at a loss for how to respond. However, I'm sure that this will be the last time she cries, so I think this smile naturally spreads across my face. Okay, so I don't have to go anywhere. And we finally reached the actual day 5! Good Lord Almighty, that finally!
あなたには本当に感謝しても足りないくらいです。ありがとうございました。
You know, I'll just roll with this. Let me just save. Yeah. This is fine. Yes, this is totally fine. I'm just gonna roll with this. I didn't do anything. Ken's the one who called the police. Me and I didn't help at all.
いえ、あなたがいてくれたこと、それだけでも私の救いだったんですよ。
She repeats the sentiment, smiling brightly. She's cheered up considerably. After that, we've been questioned for a long time until Ken had said that Madoka was tired, and we've been let go for the time being. brought the exhausted Madoka back to sleep at the Ukiyo-in, where she had gone out like a light. When she finally awoke, and she's asked to go out to the cafe, and so here we were, but...
もう聞いてますか？
Huh? Sorry, what were you saying? Madoka had always left somewhat of a faint impression. So I'm a little startled up by a slight force in her tone now. Perhaps this bright girl before me now is the real Madoka.
これからはたくさん日本のことを教えますね。あなたも知りたいことがあったら遠慮なく言ってください。
Right.
When they call, just tell them I'm sick.
Sorry about that. It's been like this all day. The door opening and closing. Because I was in there. No, you had enough. Okay, please. You had enough. Go, just go. Right. Probably have a lot to ask you.
そうなんですか？例えばどんなことですか？
Now that you ask, I don't know where to start.
何かあったんですか？今日は会ってからずっと上の空ですよ。
You sound a little peeved. Well, I realize that that's what it must look like. The truth is, before I set out, Ken told me he had a call from my mother. Said it's about time for me to come back home. One minute she's telling me to go. Next minute she wants me to come back. Mom always wants it her way. While I've been fretting over what to do, Ken had given me a wonderful suggestion. Phone call from my mom?
ああ、いつ戻るつもりなんか言うてはったな。
Yeah. And what'd you say to that?
まだ何も言うてへん。せやけど、君が日本に住むつもりかもしれへんいうことだけは言わせてもらうな。
I nervously clenched my fist. And what did my mom say to that? Sure, she said, there's no way I can do that, right? Which was one thing, but knowing my mom's personality, I can easily imagine her saying, no way to live me abroad.
君の好きにさせる言うてはった。故郷で何も選べへんかった君が日本に住むて自分から言うたんなら応援するってな。
I'm a little shocked by Ken's words. Never thought she'd say something like that in a million years.
まだ君は日本に来て数日しか経ってへん。もう少しじっくり考えてみるとええ。もし君が残るつもりやったら、私はここで働いてもろてもええと思ってる。
I can't comprehend his words right away. I never expected to hear such words said to me. Someone who ended up as a NEET, even in my own country. And honestly, it was hard to tell if he was serious from Ken's expression.
面白い顔してはるな。そない構えんでもええよ。
I don't know what kind of face I'm pulling, but I'm sure it's ridiculous. After all, this is the first time I've heard Ken laugh so loudly.
じっくり考えてみてもええんちゃうか。
With that, Ken leaves the room.
もう聞いてますか？
Madoka's angry voice brings me back to reality. Sorry. What were you saying?
もう聞いてないじゃないですか。
I admit that I haven't been listening. Of course, Madoka's annoyed. Having said that, even if I tried to cover it with some vague answer, she'd probably still have been pissed. I puzzle over what would have been the correct thing to do. Really, all I'm doing is putting off the problem of whether to stay in Japan or return home.
何かあったんですか？悩んでいるような顔をしています。
I'm a little surprised that she could see through me like this, despite only knowing me for a few days. Well, I guess it was pretty obvious my mind was elsewhere. Being a little remorseful, I pick up my next words carefully. I think I'm just a bit tired after everything that's happened yesterday. You must be tired too, right? Wave my hand around and gloss over it, but Madoka looks even more annoyed.
ごまかそうとしないでください。あなたは私を助けてくれました。今度は私が力になりたいんです。
Yeah, I'm combining 2 days into one. Go figure. She clasps my hands tightly in hers and looks up at me earnestly. Just like my girlfriend. Well, I'm a little taken aback by this new resolute behavior from her, and faced with her earnest expression, I feel like I have to tell her. I didn't want to talk about this with her, but if I could help it, but it might hurt Madoka if I tell her I might be going home. Am I just being conceited? Resigning myself, I take a deep breath, then inform her of the situation, picking each word carefully. I had a call from her mother, and I'm thinking about whether to go back home or stay in Japan.
帰国。
She looks a little hurt to hear that in the moment. Constantly, I'm getting endless amounts of interruptions by this one man. Anyway, back to what I was doing. Character. She looks a little hurt to hear that. While I do want to stay in Japan, I'm also unsure if I'd be able to hack it in a foreign country. It's not like I'd just be moving to a different town. Starting a new life in another country must be way more difficult than I imagined. Are you not going to say anything?
あなたが困っているなら助けたいと思います。けど帰国するかしないか、それはあなたが自分で決めなきゃいけないことだと思います。私が日本にいた方がいいと言っても、あなたが選んだ道じゃない。
Yeah, that's true.
自分で選ばなきゃ後悔すると思うんです。
To an outsider, these might sound like harsh words, but they come from Madoka's heart and a place of concern for me. I was trying to be sneaky just now. I was trying to get Madoka to decide something for me that I couldn't decide myself. Ashamed of myself, I hang my head, unable to look Madoka in the eye. It's my 5th day in Japan. It's time for me to make up my mind. Thanks, Madoka. I'll think about it a bit more myself. I'll choose a path I won't regret.
はい、それがいいと思います。じゃあ、今日はこれでお開きにしましょうか。考えながら観光とかしてもあんまり楽しくないでしょうし、今は自分のことを考えるべきだと思います。何より私も疲れましたし。
After that whole incident, yeah, I'm sure you are. I nod in agreement for her proposal. What do I want to do? I'm on my way back to Ryukyu. Looking up at the sky, I think back on the days I spent here in Japan. I think of Ken, of all the places I visited, then of Madoka. My decision is... Time passes! When the time limit my mother has set is up, I call Madoka to meet me at the cafe.
帰国するって いつですか？
I'm planning on taking the last flight tomorrow.
明日？そんな急にどうして？
I swear if it's something like, oh, bad end, I'm like, fuck this. Fuck this story. This story went ass backwards right then and there. I'm not surprised by her reaction. When I told Ken that I was leaving tomorrow, he said I should take more time to think about it. I'm leaving because I want to come back to Japan as soon as possible. I'm going to think more seriously back at home about myself and what I want to do in my life. To be honest, I don't understand my own feelings. I know that I find Madoka, who had stood up to her stalker, really brave and really attractive. But when I ask myself whether it's love, I get the feeling that's something a little different. If I had to choose, I'd say it's more like the feelings I had towards a little sister or my family.
私、結局あなたには何もお礼ができないまま見送らなきゃいけないんですね。あなたのおかげでストーカーのことも解決して、ようやく普通の生活に戻れると思ったのに、まだ出会ったばかりですけど、私は
Wait. I hold out my hand to cut off the words she'd been about to say. I still don't know how I feel. If I come back to Kyoto one day in the future, will you see me again then? I think all my feelings will be clear to me then. I'm making her wait. I don't even know if she'll still feel the same way by then. But if I just keep going with the flow, and we start dating without me even being sure about my feelings, I'm sure I won't feel good enough for her. I'm returning to my hometown for now, so that doesn't... I'm returning from my hometown for now, so that doesn't happen. Even though I made up my mind to leave, I still keep trying to justify my decision to myself. Maybe this is my weakness. Insecurity, indecisiveness, yeah.
明日見送りに行ってもいいですか？いえ、ダメと言われても絶対に見送りには行かせてもらいますから。
I can't help but smile at the decisive tone, which is so unlike her. You know, that's a lot. And because I did day 4, I basically redid day 4, just made that little change in what I did. We go into day 5 and just say, you know what, fuck it, we're going to make 2 days of it, a day and a half. So you got a bit of day 4 and a bit of day 5. What really happened in day 4 and what actually happened in day 5. Because come on now, I ain't taking no bad end on day 5. Fuck that shit. Seriously, fuck that shit. I'm sorry, I'm not dealing with that. So, I'm gonna do this. Can I drop a save? I'm gonna drop a save right here. I'm just gonna do this because after all this, I'm gonna leave it at that. So next time, I'm terrible. I'm leaving y'all at a cliffhanger. I don't mind doing that. It make me feel pretty good. Plus, it make you want to know what actually happens back then. What's going to actually happen. Well, you'll find out in the next part when we eventually reach the end of day 5. Without any more interruptions along the way. So stay tuned for what could possibly be the end of Kyoto Colorful Days right after this.